front of your brother in the NBA?
This isn't my first time, but it was definitely fun. I mean, I don't get nervous when he's around. Like, I'm big bro, you know.
Knowing you and knowing how you take defensive assignments seriously, especially as Kenny Atkinson has continued to give you that kind of role, having these two matchups against Cade Cunningham in the last 3 days, how have you felt that has gone and taking that matchup head on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a good player, but I've said this many times. I don't fear no man, right? I don't fear nobody. And obviously when they give me that rope to be able to guard those players, I gotta show up, you know. And they're gonna make tough shots. I guess they're really good players, all of them that I guard. But my job is just make his job tough, and then he goes home at night like, man, I'm tired. That's like when I'm like, okay, I did my job.
Mark.
What's up, Jaylon? Coach said that you kind of embrace being the guy that they put on the other team's best offensive player.
Yeah.
He said you like having that challenge put in front of you.
Yeah.
Why do you cherish those opportunities when the team, the staff says, hey, Jaylon, your job today is to shut down this guy?
First and foremost, that's what gets me on the court. That's what got me on the court early this year. And then second of all, that's what our team needs. And when you do those two things, you get your minutes go up. So, and then just the matchup piece, like that's what I wake up to do every day. Like that's what I love to do. I love those matchups in the same way. When I was in college and I was the man, like I love the best defenders guard me. Like that's what gets me going to be able to want to play every day.
Do you think it brings the best out of you as well on the offensive end of the court too, when you guys are in a situation like that where it's mano a mano with their best player? Or not mano a mano.
Yeah. I feel like I try not to let my defense impact my offense, whether I'm having a great offensive night or bad. But it definitely does fuel me, right? You get that block I had on him early. That fueled me to hit a corner three, like stuff like that for sure. I think basketball is a lot of energy. It's energy. So I think it definitely fuels it for sure.
Leah.
Hey, Jaylon. Kenny had mentioned a moment ago just about the level of trust that James has, not only in you, but Evan, J.A. I'm curious how you build that, since you guys, it's not like you had practice time when he got here. So is it through just game reps? Is it through film? Like, how do you get a guy like that to trust you in a small amount of time?
Obviously, if he makes the right read, knock it down, that's one thing. But obviously, he's a smart player, right? He knows what everybody wants, right? Like me and Sam, we want catch and shoot, right? So we try to find windows for him. And he's a great player. He's been around this thing 17 years now. He's been around a lot of different players. So he kind of just came in as like a plug and play. Like he done seen it all, right? And then our job is just to kind of mold around what he got going on and make his job a little bit easier.
How do you feel like you've become a better player since playing with him?
Obviously, with him and Don, they get a lot of gravity, so I get a lot more catch and shoots, which I love. But I mean, his leadership and his will to win, that's something I didn't expect. Obviously, I knew he was a good player, but he really, really wants to win. And he's constantly talking like, yo, I see this, I see this, I see this. And that's something that I was like, wow, like I see why he's such a great player.
Spencer.
Jaylon, you talked about energy, and we've asked you about that so much this year, just the level that you bring to the court. But, especially on nights like Friday and, tonight when James and Donovan are out, tonight Donovan's out, how much do you relish kind of being that tone setter? Because it seemed like you really did that in both these matchups.
Like I said, the coaching staff puts a lot of trust in me to be able to do that, right? And I think that's one of my abilities that got me on the court, right? As a second-year player, I mean, it's hard to earn minutes in this league. It's very, very hard. And for me to earn those minutes, I got to have their trust, and I got to be able to guard their best players, right? Because we got James, we got Donovan, right? We want to save their energy for the offensive end. So my job is to make their best player tired. So I feel like that's the main piece of this.
And then with how the game ended on Friday against them, the end of game sort of situation, it got tight again tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How much were you guys able to kind of learn from that, especially understanding like you didn't have James and Donovan out there, and so some of you younger guys, and kind of apply that tonight with these guys?
Yeah, honestly, our last 3 games have been close. I remember when we was in Brooklyn, we fouled. We was up 3, we fouled. Same kind of situation as we were in the first game in Detroit. I feel like more and more experience I get personally as a young guy, more and more I see, more and more I learn. Super grateful for that experience, but also like I think our late game it still needs to improve. It still needs to improve, but like I said, this team has been together for a couple weeks now. Really no practice, so we really haven't got to work on none of this stuff. It's kind of just go out there and play, right? So I think come playoff time, we'll have it down.
So,
You think about some of the games you played lately, going all the way back to the Knicks. Dean was on Brunson. I think you might have helped a little bit. And obviously you played against Cade the last couple times. Does this sort of MO with you and Dean taking out like a top guard, does that work against, would that work blanketly against any Eastern team?
In terms of what?
Like can you, like for instance, you've got another potential playoff opponent on Sunday against the Celtics. They're much more of a system team. Their best player is a wing instead of a point guard. Can you play the same style of defense with you and Dean against teams that are more wing dominant than point guard dominant?
I think that's just a case-to-case thing, right? But that's our job. Our job is to guard the best players and make their life very, very difficult for that game, right? So I feel like it's case-to-case. Obviously, in the playoffs, it's matchup-based. There's a lot different stuff. Some people might play. Some people will play this. It's all up in the air. So I really can't speak on that because I don't know where it looks like. But I know if we're asked to do a task, we better do our job.
And then I was also wondering, my first chance to talk to you since Friday night, you were involved in that really weird play at the end of regulation with the foul call and the gather. Is there a lesson that you could take from that, or do you stew over it knowing that you're going to see the Pistons again in a couple days?
Yeah, there was definitely something to learn from it. I probably should have fouled earlier, and in our communication on the free throw line where we got our matchups better, I think that would have helped everything out because I wouldn't have been behind, trailing. So it's definitely something I learned from that, and we learned as a team. And like I said, it was a tough scenario, tough situation, but I think it's going to suit us well down the road.
last one.
You found success this season being a pick and roll partner for both Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Is that something you've always been comfortable doing, and how have you grown in those scenarios?
Honestly, this is my first time ever doing it. I feel like a big man, so it's a little bit weird. Yeah, I've never experienced this, but that's what they asked me to do. They said, Donovan, I remember him coming to me early. He said, "Yo, I need you to do this." Him and Royce O'Neal did it a lot in Utah. He showed me a lot of film about it. He said, I need you to do this. This would be an element that we could use in playoffs. So I kind of just, every day I'm in the gym, I'm working on it, working on my floater, working on the pass out of it, working on setting low. So I think it's definitely something I had to learn this year, but if it's going to help our team win, then I'm willing to do it.
Okay, come back to Jay. Thank you.
Thank you.